All right, guys, what is up? Today we're going to be testing the email verifier from hunter.io as well as zerobounce.net and compare them to a campaign that we ran a little over a year ago. So these could have changed since we got these findings. But what I did is I exported this list here and I put it into a spreadsheet. I simplified it. I highlighted the two that we saw bounced when we ran a campaign to these emails. And then I put them into the validator at Zerobounce. So this one just came back 55.56% valid. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so I've downloaded the results and I've uploaded them to this comparison sheet. Let's quickly filter this and see what we've got. So in total, our count of invalids from Zerobounce is 8, and we've got 4 catch-alls here. It's claiming that 14 then are valid. So let's do the same test for hunter.io. We're over here. I'll name this under the bulk verifier test leads final, same name as my spreadsheet. I've already uploaded my sheet here, and we'll go to upload. Okay, so we've got our list back. It's claiming that 13 emails are valid. There's 6 catch-all emails and then 8 invalids. So let's compare that to what we found over here at Zerobounce. We said that there were 15 valids in this case, and that 8 were invalid and 4 were catch-all, compared to what we found at Hunter, which was 8 invalid, 6 accept all, and then 13% valid. So they're actually very, very close findings. And one of the things that's worth noting about these two softwares, I mean, clearly both of these are doing a very good job, is that based on the IP that sends these tests, they can pull back different results. So if you were to run this test yourself, you were to validate these emails, if you know how to validate emails on your own, you would get a different result again from Zerobounce and from Hunter. You would have a third set of data that would look slightly different. The goal in this test is really to find out, is it close or is it drastically different? Because if it's drastically different, chances are there's some issue here with one of the platforms. But in this case, they're both pulling back very similar results, which is a very good sign for both platforms. I've personally verified millions of emails with Zerobounce.net, and that's my preferred provider, but Hunter is doing a very good job here as well. So these are both valid platforms. If you guys are looking for leads for your business and you're looking to source new leads that you're going to need to verify, you won't have to do that with Coldlytics, which is my platform, because we have already validated all the emails that we research for you from scratch. So to show you what I mean, if you go to coldlytics.com, you can begin to request a list just by logging in and building a new list. And it's really easy. You just sign in like this. So to build a list inside Coldlytics, all you're going to do is click on the plus new button at the top. Start by telling us how many leads you're looking for. This goes directly to our lead researcher, who will begin the research project for your list. Then we can come into the general targeting. Let's set seniority level to owners and founders, and maybe directors and executives in case we can't find an owner or a founder. Then we'll come down here and we'll use the Google Maps strategy for this particular list example. And the reason that I like to do this is that there's no better place to start building a list than from Google, because Google will create a business listing for a company even if they haven't made one for themselves. So that's better than any other database or resource or listing or directory that you can find anywhere on the internet. Google is the standard. So let's change the search. Let's go for, I don't know, let's take plumbers in Reno. And let's see what we get back here. So we should see a list of plumbers on the left-hand side, which we do. That's great. We'll copy this URL, and we're going to take it back over to Coldlytics and paste it right in here. We'll click the plus button to submit that. Then we're going to come down here. We'll set our company headcount. Let's not go with a company of any more than 50 employees. And so we'll say between 0 and 50 employees. And then the founding date, let's go between, let's say, maybe as old as 2013, so as old as 10 years old, and then up to 2023. So fairly new companies. Then we'll click on this next button. We'll come over here, get into the data points. So by default, we've always got the first and last name of the person, company name, job title, email address, and a link to the company website. And we can come in here and select other data points too. I won't spend a lot of time on this, but I'll quickly scroll through them. So we've got LinkedIn, address, phone number, direct line, so the mobile number, Google review count, Google review score, their Google business profile link, if they've claimed their Google business profile, the company social media profile links, if we can detect if they have a pixel installed. So if you're running ad services, selling ad services, this is good to know. Google Analytics, if they've got that installed, if they have a checkout on the website, so we can tell you if it's an e-commerce site. We can tell you if it was built on WordPress and how fast that website loaded. We'll click on next, and we'll call this Plumbers in Reno, and we'll click on that green Start Task button. And then what you'll do from here is you will launch the task, and within 24 hours, you will get a list back from Coldlytics. And that list may look something very much like this. Let me show you an example. So this is a spreadsheet that was put together by Josh Nelson. He coaches marketing agencies, and he was one of the early adopters of Coldlytics. So he originally built this spreadsheet, and then I asked for it, and he gave it to me. So I've expanded our findings across other platforms, doing a direct comparison. So a list from his specific criteria, which is Allentown, Pennsylvania plumbing business owners, looked like this. We came back with 2 highlighted yellow. We email you and tell you what the highlights mean. Catch all emails, and the rest are valid emails that we found, a total of 21 emails here. If you were to compare this to some of the top lead providers like D7, D7 came back with 9 valid leads in total. But the unfortunate thing is that you had to go through 68 leads to find the 9 good ones and filter that out. So if you were spending even just a little bit of time, 2 minutes per lead, to try and figure out if they're valid, accurate leads or not, then at $23 an hour, which is what you might pay an account executive, you spent $52 on just cleaning up this list. So you're ending up paying about $6 per valid lead that you get from a source like D7. We have an entire video on our channel going through each of these, but the findings are similar across most other platforms, unfortunately, is that you're getting very poor quality data. You may get some accurate stuff, like here's 2, but you had to go through 15 leads to get those 2. So it's very, very overall inefficient. I mean, some of them came back with 56 leads and not a single one matched. That was Lead Carrot, for example. So this is a little bit of how Coldlytics works. If you guys have questions or you want a personalized demo, just hit me up on our website. We can use the web chat in the bottom right corner to get directly to me. Appreciate you watching and hope to work with you in the future. Have a great day.